So let's quickly look at functions in Python, and according to me, after this we should be able to mess around with a few projects. So a function refers to a chunk of reusable code. Okay, so reusable, I want us to think about repetition. When you want to repeat something, ideally you want to use a function. Also, I like to keep in mind that functions are used to perform a specific task. Okay, so whatever I want to reuse, ideally is a specific thing that we want to do. Okay, so let's just look at functions. Now, in order to write functions in Python and even in other languages, we have designated keywords that we use. Okay, and in order to write functions in Python, the keyword we are going to use is called def, or we say we define a function. So let's just start. Let's keep it simple. So you say define, and I want to take us back to our very first lesson. Let's define a function called hello world, and I add a bracket, and then I add my colon. Okay, so typically this is how it's going to go. Now if we analyze this line further, we can see that I have this dash over here. Okay, that's because if I write this, it's not valid, so this is just naming syntax. I believe I've already spoken about this, but let's just keep it at the back of our heads. Okay, we do not type spaces themselves when we are doing this. Okay, now again back to the first couple of lessons, we did speak about indentation. So when we do this to define the function, whatever we write over here, okay, coming down from here like this, belongs to the function, the stuff that the function has to execute. Okay, yeah. What we want this function to do, we want this function to print hello world. Okay, good. So again, I want to show us something, so I'm just going to run this. Okay, now when I go ahead to run this, we are going to see that we don't necessarily have any errors, but nothing happened. We didn't receive any output. Okay, and throughout this course I've been saying that when we get outputs, we do a print. When we write it, we won't get anything, but when we do the print to get the output, we get blah blah. I know that's what I've been saying, but with functions we do something very unique and very different. Okay, and let me just try to show us that. Yeah, so after we define our functions, we need to do something that's a call. Okay, we need to do a function call, and that's simply to tell the function to execute. Okay, so imagine you are someone's boss, and then they have a task to do for you, but they need you to give them the go ahead. They need to confirm. They are not that type level of employee yet to do it without your permission, so you have to call them. So just call it a literal call. So let's call our hello world function to come into action, and the way we do that is we use a parenthesis. Okay, the brackets. Let me not see it. Yeah, so we say hello world, and then we just add the brackets. Okay, you see they even kind of look like telephones left and right. I'm going to run this, and then you can see now we have our output as hello world. So that's how to define the functions and then how to call them. Okay, and let's go ahead to look at some more interesting stuff.